consciousness in an instant of time experiences infinite periods of creations, never ending. As in the dream, you see yourself as a child, young man, old, and someone experiences death also. So this experience, when he wakes up, has not happened, as well as it has happened. So the experiencer has experienced this within the consciousness, but it has never happened, it also has happened. And consciousness is not affected by this happening and not happening. So neither it is an experiencer, nor is there any experience. So this consciousness in an instant of time experiences vast, infinite period of creations endlessly. And neither there is any creation, like I said in the dream, and nor there is any experiencer. So in consciousness, there is no experiencer and no experience. Yet there are experiences and experiencers also in the consciousness. Within the consciousness, there is no difference between subject and object, as in the dream. No difference between subject that experiences that it is a boy, young man, and an old man, and died also. This is the experience. And experiencer also is not a fact when he wakes up. So both subject-object relationships in the consciousness are not there, as well as there. So this you have to experience yourself in this instant itself. All these creations are in this instant of time. In this instant of time, millions and billions of times these creations will rise, fall. And in this instant of time, you will see nothing ever has created, and you have been always free. In this instant, you have to inquire, who are you, other than consciousness? And this inquiry will open the secret and reveal itself to itself. And if you don't inquire, this instant will be infinitely hanging over you till you inquire, who am I? There ends the matter. There has been no creation at all. It was just a projection of your mind. All the objects are projected by the subject. And if you don't touch it, this will go on forever, forever and forever. So, non-inquiry is the basis of all this creation, and inquiry, freedom. But how come there are very few people in the in a population of 6 billion people tonight, how many can inquire this to end the whole phenomena? Simple inquiry. Non-inquiry is trouble, sorrow, death and repeated deaths, you see. So, it is their luck. And very fortunate ones will inquire. In an instant of time they will be free, and if they don't, this instant of time will be infinite, endless time. But yet nobody can have this inquiry because of their arrogance, stupidness. They want to suffer and they like suffering. They don't want to be happy. They want to suffer. I have seen many people in the West suffering, and somehow one person asked me if I could help someone, particularly someone in Paris, and who were friends of the school. So I said yes. So we both had gone there, and this person opened the door, handed over the key to us and disappeared in the rear of the apartment and told to our friend, this person surely will treat me of my suffering, but I will not be happy when there is no suffering. So this is the suffering means life. And if I don't suffer, how do I know that I exist? So this is the understanding in the West. You know it very well. When you don't suffer, you say, we become foolish man. How will I work if I don't suffer, you see? So not one case, many cases I have seen, they like to suffer. One man in Switzerland also. We have to suffer, we are born to suffer, because it is said you have to hang on the cross. Even the Son of God suffered. Even the Son of God has suffered. So he teaches and preaches suffering, and you have to suffer. I say he may be somebody else, but we don't believe in this philosophy of suffering. You are bliss itself, consciousness, bliss and existence. So suffering is not taught this side of the world. So since you are here, you are very fortunate to learn this philosophy, to be happy, and happiness is your nature. And let those people who follow suffering, let them follow that philosophy, but I don't think it is a good philosophy to suffer always, you see. So this suffering can be avoided, and this suffering that you suffer also is not true. It's not true at all. Because if it is true, it has to stay forever. You can only suffer in waking state or in dream state. And when it has to be a real suffering, it should not disappear. What appears and disappears is not a fact. Who suffers in the sleep state? Where does the suffering disappear? So if something disappears, it's not real. So you are quite happy even in sleep state. You don't suffer, nobody suffers, because there is no mind, and there is no body, and there is no senses, and there are no relationships also. If there is any relationship, there is suffering. Any relationship between two persons ends in suffering. You tell me if it is not true. Where two people have ever met and they have not suffered in the end, I don't find any example myself. Where there are two, there is suffering. Because this two-ness you leave behind and sleep. And if you really had loved the other, why didn't you carry the other one along with you in the sleep and enjoy? So, it was not true love that you picked up someone for your own reason and you left him aside and quietly went to some place alone, and you did not take even your body along with you, let alone other body. And that has to stay even now. Even now, if you are alone, and you are always alone, you picked up the friendship of your body even, and you suffer. All these ailments are either mental or physical. And these ailments, these physical, this body and this mind, you are not. They may belong to you, you may make good use of it, but you are not it. So this thing, which is not mind, which is not body, are you not aware? Are you not aware? In between body and mind. When you sleep, you are very well aware that you had a deep sleep and you enjoyed it and you didn't see anyone else. Who was the enjoyer in the sleep? When you woke up, I didn't dream a dream. I know nothing. I was very happy in the sleep. Who was witnessing this happiness when you were all alone? Find out who was it. And that person which was even present in the sleep has to be present even in dream, because you said, I dreamt such and such thing, and even in the waking state. And if you don't know, you are still asleep and you dream. When you see any objects, you are dreaming. In the sleep, you don't see anything and you are happy. So when there are others, you are dreaming. Even now, you are dreaming. In the dream only, you see the other. In the sleep, you don't. Now, if you sleep for 1 second, for one twink of an eye, for one finger snap, you wake up and you see who you are. Means don't touch a thought that I am a body. Means don't think. Your thought and universe and your troubles, there's no difference. To suffer, you ought to have a thought. And if you don't think for 1 second now, tell me where you are landed to your own ultimate blissful nature. It takes you only 1 second to be happy. And in this 1 second, you will have tremendous bliss of timelessness. Time and mind is the same thing. When mind rises, the time rises, you see. And mind is not different from a thought. And thoughts are not different by I. So if you get rid of this I for this moment, instantly find out you are free. This I is troubling you. Infinitely it is troubling you. And this trouble is not going to end till you utter this word, I am I. In the sleep, you don't have any eyes. No I itself. So it is so simple. To be free, to realize your own self is the easiest of anything in the world. Anything else may need your effort, may need your thought also, but here you neither have to think and neither have to exert. And you will see your own face for the first time and you are going to fall in love with your own self. And this is called freedom, wisdom, enlightenment, whatsoever. No word. So, keep quiet and don't think. And don't exert. Here is freedom in Lucknow.